The number one key that I've had in success in business, building up multiple 8-figure businesses, working backwards has been the biggest unlock for us. And so I'm going to teach you today how to work backwards, okay? So we're going to work backwards from your budget. Let's talk about budget. There's only 2 levers that matter for understanding your budget, right? Now, if you got a more competitive product, the cost per click, if it's a replenishable product like skincare or supplements like we were talking about earlier, or product that people purchase more than once, the competitors are usually playing what we call an LTV game, a lifetime value game. So they're willing to spend more for the acquisition of that customer than they make in profit on that first sale. That's a different game than you and I have to play if you're only expecting to make 1 sale, right? And so your cost per click and your marketing expenses go up. So what I've got here is a general rule of thumb, and there's going to be 3 different matrix that you want to look at. You've got a 45-day matrix, a 60-day matrix, and a 90-day matrix. Now, this is the amount of inventory you're ordering. Now, this is largely going to be based on where you source it and how you ship it. If you're sourcing from overseas and you're shipping by air, you can still do the 45-day matrix. If you're sourcing from the US, you can do the 45-day matrix. If you're sourcing from South America, you can do the 60-day matrix, even if it's by sea, right? If you're shipping from Asia, you pretty much need to do the 90-day matrix. Now let's deal with the 90-day matrix. I think most products fall into the category of being manufactured in Asia, shipping by sea, right? It's going to be the most cost-effective way to bring it over. So generally, you're looking at needing at least 90 days of inventory. Now, the 2 factors that impact how much money you're going to spend are going to be the average landed cost. So how much that product actually costs you to get it into Amazon, not what it costs you at the factory, right? What it costs you actually after you ship it, and you've paid some, you've paid to get it there, and the number of units you're selling per day. So like the velocity. Those are it. That's it. It's just those 2 numbers. So here's an example. I've got a product that I land for $5. I'm probably selling that product for $25, right? At least 5 times. But I land it for $5. Let's say I'm selling 20 units a day. I need $18,000 capital to launch that product. I'm selling 20 a day times 90 days, right? So that means I need 1,800 units, right? I'm selling 600 units a month. I need 3 months of inventory. That's 1,800 units. Now you might do the math and you might say to yourself, well, 1,800 units times $5 is only $9,000. Why is it 18,000? Because you have marketing expenses, you have your ads, you have to place another order after a few weeks of that product sitting in Amazon because there's another whole lead time for you to get more inventory, right? So you have more expenses than what it just cost you to get there. You can't just tap your last red cent in inventory and expect to be successful. You need to have some reserves.
Hey, if you're enjoying this content, you're going to love the masterclasses that we host on a regular basis. We've got over 1,000 members in our private community, and over 400 of them are already doing over $1 million. We regularly host masterclasses with hundreds of students, and you can find out more below. Join us.
So we're building in reserves by basically just doubling it for you. And this is going to be a conservative number. Now, let's say that you were shipping this from the US, like you sourced it in the US, or you shipped it by air because it's a lighter product. That same product, $5, 20 units, now you're looking at 9,000 because you need half the inventory. So you can get away with a lower budget if you can ship it faster or source it here in the US. So that's going to be easier on your cash flow. Right? Now it can go up pretty quickly from there. If I've got a product that I'm sourcing that costs me $12 and I'm selling it for $48 or $60, and I'm selling 30 units a day, I can make a lot of money on that product. A $60 product, I'm probably, 150% ROI here. I'm making $18. Let's say on the low end, I'm only making $15 a sale, right? If I'm making $15 a sale here and I'm selling 40 units a month, I need $86,000 to launch that product, right? But I'm making $15 times 40 units a day, right? I'm making $600 a day profit on that product. That means if I'm successful and I get that product off the ground and running, in any given month, I'm making about $18,000 profit per month. Let's round it down to $15,000. Over the course of a year, I'm going to be making $180,000 profit. That can replace most people's income right there. One product, $12 landed, selling for $60, and selling 40 units a day. Now, that's a very specific style of product, but that brings us into how we're going to start looking for products. We're going to work backwards. The number one key that I've had in success in business, building up multiple 8-figure businesses, is what our CEO coach taught us. And I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on coaching. My wife and I have both spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on our own education for our own coaching. Working backwards has been the biggest unlock for us. And so I'm going to teach you today how to work backwards, okay? So we're going to work backwards from your budget. If you tell me today that you've only got $10,000 to get started, well, you're going to be on this line right here, right? You're going to be in this line right here. You're going to source something that's cheaper and can move a little bit faster, or you're going to launch something that is a little bit more expensive and moves slower. That's it. Those are the two levers. So this is a very specific range you need to be in.